This was the site of Lakeview High School, the segregated school that educated Black students in Big Spring, Texas during the era of legally mandated separation. Lakeview existed within a district that maintained racially separate institutions, an arrangement upheld by state and local policy until federal intervention began to change it after the ruling in Brown versus the Board of Education. Just miles away stood Big Spring High School, serving white students under the same district, but within a different educational structure. Although the Supreme Court ruled in 1954 in Brown versus the Board of Education that separate educational facilities were inherently unequal, implementation across the South, including Big Spring, Texas, unfolded gradually rather than immediately. Today, Big Spring High School is fully integrated. The physical separation that once defined this district no longer exists. The distance between Big Spring High School and the former site of Lakeview High School is only a matter of miles. Yet during this era of segregation, this physical separation reflected a broader educational divide, structured by race, policy, and district governance. Students attended schools within the same district, under the same administrative authority, but with separate institutional realities. Crossing this space today requires only a short drive. It marked the boundary between unequal systems of opportunity. Geography alone did not create segregation, but it made separation visible. Lakeview is remembered through this commemorative marker placed beside the modern high school, a visible acknowledgement of a divided educational past. These spaces, one transformed, one frozen in time, and one commemorated, illustrate how communities move from segregation to integration, from lived experience to public memory. For decades, this institution excluded Black students. Today, it stands as an integrated public school. The path between those realities is preserved not only in law, but in archives. To understand the lived reality of segregation in Big Spring, we turn to archival records, yearbooks, board minutes, and court filings that preserve fragments of institutional life. These volumes projected pride and resilience within the Lakeview High School, yet the institution operated within a segregated district structure that shaped its resources and opportunities. Across town, Big Spring High School functioned under the same district authority, but within a racially exclusive framework. Athletics often serve as a visible marker of school investment. Board meeting minutes confirm that Lakeview High School was not allocated immediate funding for football equipment and was required to delay the establishment of its athletic program. In the same board meeting, a brand new football stadium, with practice fields included, was discussed for the main school. This goes to demonstrate how economic decisions differed between the two schools, even though they were meant to be separate yet equal. Segregation operated not only through enrollment policies, but through administrative decisions that shaped opportunity. The yearbooks project celebration. The minutes reveal limitation. Together, they expose the structural realities of segregated schooling. Although Brown versus the Board of Education declared segregation unconstitutional in 1954, visual evidence within Big Spring High School yearbooks indicates that meaningful integration did not occur until approximately 1962. The transition was gradual rather than immediate. The delay between federal mandate and local implementation reveals the distinction between judicial decision and social transformation. Oral testimony supplements institutional records by preserving individual experience. In the heart of Big Spring stood the Ritz Theater, yet another symbol of what segregation in daily living was like. If you were of color, you had to sit in the balcony. If you were white, you were allowed to sit downstairs. In a recorded digital interview with a former student who attended a segregated Hispanic school in Big Spring, Meliton Areola recalled stopping at a truck stop where a sign read, "Whites Only." At the Ritz Theater, students were assigned to the balcony. When one attempted to sit on the main floor, police were called. The testimony illustrates how segregation extended beyond school grounds, structuring movement, dining, and even leisure. While a single testimony does not represent every experience, it does offer insight into the broader civic environment in which delayed integration unfolded. When segregation persisted despite federal ruling, legal resources became an avenue for enforcement. McKinney v. Blankenship. This case represents a local instance in which citizens sought judicial intervention to compel compliance with a desegregation mandate. Court records preserve the procedural mechanics of integration, transforming resistance into documentation. The courthouse symbolizes the moment when segregation shifted from accepted practice to contested policy. Today, Big Spring High School stands as an integrated institution. The legal framework of segregation has been dismantled. Yet the presence of this marker indicates that memory persists, not erased, but formally acknowledged. Public history compels us to examine not only what occurred in places such as this, but how communities choose to preserve, interpret, and remember. The archival record does not speak on its own. Yearbooks celebrate, minutes document, court filings contest, and testimony remembers. Together, they form a layered narrative of transition from segregation to integration and from lived experience to public memory.